Starlets, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. We're bringing a little bit of glamour to everyday life. If you want to join my Starlet squad, be sure you hit that subscribe button. Today I want to talk about the highlighters. Yes, the Kylie Cosmetics highlighters that were released not too long ago. I feel like Kylie Cosmetics is like releasing a new product like every week it seems. But I actually got the pack of all the highlighters and I decided to do a makeup collection review on them. If you're not familiar with how my makeup collection reviews work, basically I take a particular product, in this case it's the Kylie Cosmetics highlighters. I try a different one each day, and in this case I'm giving you my first impression. I'm actually trying them not just as highlighters, I'm trying them as eyeshadows as well. So you get basically a side-by-side view of how each of the products work and how they look, at least on my skin tone. At the end I will give you my A-list and D-list, and I will give you kind of a general review of how I feel about the product in general. So if you want to see all of my highlighters, then just keep watching. Okay, so the first highlight that I am testing is the Cotton Candy Cream. First thing about this, it has a plastic thing that keeps falling out. They all have a mirror in them, which is kind of crazy because her first two eyeshadow palettes didn't even have mirrors in them, and then now each highlight has a mirror in it. But it actually has like a magnet that closes, so like the packaging is pretty good, I have to say. This shade is Cotton Candy Cream, and it's described on the website as a light pale peach. I tend to think of cotton candy as being something that would be more pink, but it says light pale peach, so we're gonna go with it. I'm actually gonna use my fan brush on this side of my face and highlight. Subtle, not overly peachy. It's subtle. I think I'm liking this more than I anticipated. It's more of a natural highlight on my skin. Alright, yeah, so if you use a denser brush, you're gonna get a much more intense highlight. Like that's intense right there. Whereas your fan brush is gonna be more subtle. I like it as an upper lip highlight. It's nice on the end of the nose. It's a little bit more natural than some of my lighter ones. Do you feel though like I need a denser brush? Like this side, I'm just gonna kind of try to blend this in a little bit. I don't know if I like it with my fan brush quite as much. You definitely need a denser brush for something like this. I used for this, because this was a light peach, I thought about using her peach palette, but none of the shades were really working with this. So I actually used the bronze palette. I used this light shade here, and then I just used this shade as like a crease color. So it's very subtle, and I'm just gonna take a makeup brush and I'm going to see how this works as an eyeshadow shade. I actually like this as an eyeshadow shade. I think I might actually like this shade more than some of the shades that are in her peach palette. I'm liking the highlight a lot more than I anticipated. I like this as a shadow shade. Nice glow, and you know, I'm not necessarily a peachy kind of girl. I don't think it's not shouting peach, and because it's so pale, it is giving me more of a natural look. Definitely like it with more of a brush than a fan brush. A fan brush, I just feel like doesn't get as pretty a line. Like I can use my fan brush with like my Becca and get perfection. With this, I feel like I need a slightly denser brush to really get the effect. I don't know. So far, I'm happy with this one, I gotta say. Okay, so today's Kyliner that we are trying out is the Salted Caramel shade. Same packaging, Salted Caramel shade. This is described on the website as a warm mid-tone gold. I want to make a note about yesterday's, which was the Cotton Candy one. I love that. Like all day, I was like looking at my face in the mirror. I'm like, highlight on fleek. Like it lasted a while. My nose and above my lip didn't last really long, but that's always the part that wears off on me the quickest anyway with any highlighter. But definitely on my cheeks and the eyeshadow worked really, really well. So I don't know if this one is going to be the best shade on me, but I'm gonna try it out. And I feel like every time a highlighter comes out, like our collection of highlighters, like if you're a beauty blogger like me or you're a makeup addict, like the first thing we go for is like, all right, which one is Champagne Pop? Let's be serious. And based on my swatches, I'm pretty sure that my Champagne Pop is kind of broken. So let me try not to break it here. Not so much in the pan. When I swatch them next to each other, Champagne Pop and this is the Salted Caramel, I don't know if you can tell. They swatch very similar. I'm not saying it's a dupe. I don't even know if it's close enough to be a dupe, but this is the closest one to Champagne Pop. I have the same base makeup on. My face is set with powder, so I'm going to try this first as a highlighter. I was gonna say it's subtle, but you can build it up. I'm gonna try with a denser brush on this side. Yeah, I really think that these just work a little bit better with a denser brush. Get that glow. It's pretty. I don't know if it's hugely different than yesterday, but I think I like it a little bit more than I thought I would. I have the same eyeshadow on my eyes as I did yesterday. Basically just a pale base and then the contour shade from the Kylie kit. So I'm gonna use Salted Caramel as like an eye shade here, like all over the lid. I like that. Yeah, it's pretty. I'm leaning a little bit more towards yesterday's. Cute nose highlight, cute lip highlight. I think this is a more flattering color on me than I was anticipating. I was afraid like warm, mid-toned, I don't know. So far I like it. Highlight on fleek right there. Again, not noticing a huge difference from yesterday. I do notice it's a little bit deeper. So I feel like the Cotton Candy one, maybe a little bit more your shade if you're pale like me, and then you might wanna, if you're like a medium tone shade, maybe the Salted Caramel. I don't really know if you'd need both. And I also think it's very similar to Champagne Pop, although I find this looks a tiny bit more flattering on me than Champagne Pop. Champagne Pop is not my best shade of highlighter. It doesn't look terrible on me, but I wouldn't say it's my most favorite highlighting shade. But I feel like the Salted Caramel is not quite as warm as Champagne Pop. And I prefer a highlighter that, like, I don't mind golds, but I don't want them to be too warm, and this isn't coming off as like too warm on me. So far, I'm pretty happy with it. Looking forward to tomorrow. Hey guys, so I have another highlighter. Today's shade that I'm trying is Strawberry Shortcake. This is described as a warm mid-tone pink. It's quite pretty. I don't know how it's gonna look on me as a highlighter though. My skin naturally has a lot of redness, so wearing something that has a lot of redness, probably not the best idea. As an eyeshadow, I think it might be cute. I have the same base makeup, the same eyeshadow base and stuff like that, so. Pretty. I don't know why, I mean, the same formula, so I don't know why I'm trying the different brush on each side, but I guess I just got in the habit of it. Let me try it with a more pointed brush, which I really do think works better. These just, you get a better highlight, I think, with these, just with a denser brush. It's pretty. I think I like it a little bit more than I thought I would. The pink is subtle. All right, I'm gonna try, and this might be a big mistake, but I'm gonna try my blush brush. I don't think it's dark enough to use as a blush. I thought maybe as a shimmery blush on someone as fair as me, but no. I think I really like this as an eyeshadow. Like if you wanna go for something that just has a slight hint of pink. This is not like, it's not like pink pink. I like that as an eyeshadow shade. It's like a shimmer with a very, very subtle hint of pink. I like this. I think I still like the one from Day One better on my skin. If you're going for like a pinky kind of look, I kind of like it. Surprised me. These have all surprised me that I've liked them more than I anticipated. Excited to see what happens tomorrow. And this is actually quite appropriate because it is a vibrant yellow gold. This is the shade Banana Split. And I say it's appropriate for highlighter because, I don't know, vibrant yellow just makes me think of like highlighters. I don't know. I have the same eye makeup I've had on for all the rest of them, but I actually have a sheer foundation on today just because my skin just did not want a heavier foundation today. I don't know if this is going to be the most flattering shade on me. We're going to give it a try. Don't think it's going to be my shade. I mean, it shows up, but it's got kind of a weird, I don't know, on my skin, it's a weird gold cast. Yellows are not my favorite color. This highlighter is not the most flattering shade. I feel like you really need a warm skin tone in order for this to be a good shade for you. I mean, it's pretty as a gold shadow. It's not the most flattering shade for eyeshadow for me. I mean, maybe if you want like a real highlight, but for me, it's not quite pigmented enough as an eyeshadow. Not bad, and I suppose if you really want like a pale yellow gold eyeshadow, this could be a good option. For me, this is so far my least favorite. But you know what? They can't all be winners, and they're definitely not all gonna be flattering on my skin. Okay, so today's highlighter is the French Vanilla shade. I forgot to look up what this shade was described as on the website, and my internet is going like super slow, but I believe this was called an icy pale gold. One of the reasons I was the most excited about this one is because my favorite highlighter of all time, like my holy grail highlighter, is the Becca Moonstone. I know everybody goes on about Champagne Pop, but Becca Moonstone is just, has my heart. And I felt like they would be the most similar. They're not exact dupes, but I feel like they are quite similar because they're like a gold, but they're like a cool toned gold. It's more subtle than I thought it was gonna be. There we go. There's the drama. Well, I think I might actually like the cotton candy one a little bit better. My initial instinct. Nice though. It's a nice pale icy color. I don't know if I like it as much as my Becca Moonstone though. I like it as an eyeshadow though. It's nice. I like it better than yesterday's. I like it. I do still think I like the cotton candy one better, which surprised me. I didn't think that would be my favorite. It's nice. I think it's good. Definitely good for fair skin tones. I like the Becca Moonstone better than this as far as shade goes, even though they're close. But I still think I like the cotton candy one a little bit better. But this is nice. Nice pale like icy gold. Okay, so I have a new highlighter today for you. This shade is Chocolate Cherry. And this I was thinking probably not going to be the best shade for me. It's described on the website as a warm coppery bronze. Now I think for this to be a highlighter you need much darker skin than I have. I don't know, maybe it won't be as pigmented as I thought, although it looks pretty pigmented. I'm going to attempt to apply it as a highlighter, and I might even try it as a bronzer. And I'm definitely going to try it as an eyeshadow, so. Okay, yeah. As a highlighter on skin as pale as mine, that's kind of not working. Yeah, because it's too dark to really be like a highlight. I mean, you can see the highlight on it. That's an odd place for like that kind of a bronzy color. That looks really weird. I look like I have weird like spots on my face. Well, luckily I'm not going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter too much, but yeah, that's not flattering. Actually gonna see how this works as more of a bronzer. A little bit fluffier brush than I would normally use for a bronzer. I would use something a little bit denser, but this is what I have that's clean. Not bad, not quite dark enough I think as a bronzer, but because I am so pale, it kind of worked. It's not really going to be like a contouring bronzer necessarily because, you know, it is more of a shimmer and a highlight. My face looks almost beat up because I tried the highlighter in the top and that didn't work, but whatevs. Alright, as an eyeshadow color, because I do really love a bronzy eyeshadow. I do think I really like this shade as an eyeshadow. It's subtle, it's not obviously as icy as some of the others. As an eyeshadow, I like that a lot. Really pretty. Okay, so if you're fair skinned, don't use it as a highlighter because I swear to God, I think I was like punched in the face or something. It's not good. I'm gonna have to figure out how to blend this in or something. As a really shimmery bronze, like really shimmery bronzer, maybe it could work. As an eyeshadow, I like it. I like it a lot. Really pretty eyeshadow color. I don't know if you'd want to buy something like this just for eyeshadow because it is pricey. But, I mean, if you have it, like say you bought the full pack and you're like, you know, you're fair skinned, it doesn't work, you know, as a highlighter, give it a try as a bronzer, see how you like it. Try it as an eyeshadow, see how you like it. But I definitely would not suggest using this as a highlighter if you're fair. I think you need to have much darker skin in order for this to work as a highlighter. But if you're somebody who has darker skin and you want like more of a coppery bronze highlight, I think it could be pretty, and I really do love this as an eyeshadow. Okay, and those were all of the highlighters. Now, as far as a general review of them, I actually like them. I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of people are very iffy about Kylie Cosmetics. I've ordered several times from Kylie Cosmetics. I've actually been trying out a lot of their products. I've never had a problem with customer service with them. I know a lot of people have. Are these my favorite highlighter formulas? No. Are they good? Yes. I mean, I do really enjoy these. I don't think they're the worst. I actually have a review on all my highlighters in my highlighter collection before I got these. I'll link that video to this one. My favorite formulation of highlighters is probably the Becca formula. These are not Becca formula level, but they're good. I mean, and I have to say, some of them when I was trying them, like I didn't want to wash my makeup off at the end of the day because I was like, ooh, my highlighter looks good. As far as favorites, I mean, obviously the formulas I found to be pretty consistent. They applied on the skin very consistently. Really what it is just some shades worked for me and some didn't. My absolute favorite shades were definitely, and this one shocked me, it was the Cotton Candy Cream. I mean, this was the one that I wore and I was like, I don't want to take my makeup off. I just felt like this was just such a great shade on me. The other one that I enjoyed is actually the one I'm wearing today because I just thought it went better with this makeup look, is the French Vanilla. I probably won't use this one as much because, well, I don't really think I have any other highlighters that are in this Cotton Candy Cream shade. The French Vanilla is very similar to my Becca Moonstone, which is my Holy Grail highlighter, and I feel like if I want a highlighter like this, I'll probably use the Becca. So if you have the Becca Moonstone and you really love it, you probably don't need to pick this one up, to be honest with you, but I don't know, I do like it. I'm glad I have it. I'll probably wear it at some point, but I don't think I have anything that's exactly like the Cotton Candy Cream, so I actually might go through and see if I have a dupe for this somewhere, but I actually really enjoyed this and I probably will get some use out of this one. I actually liked all of them, to be honest. I liked all of them as eyeshadows too. I mean, obviously you're probably not gonna buy these just to use as an eyeshadow because that's a big eyeshadow. Like, you're never gonna hit pan on it, but if you have these or you got the whole pack and you're like, oh, some of these just don't look right on me as highlighters, try them as eyeshadows because I really liked them as eyeshadows. My least favorite as a highlight was probably the Chocolate Cherry, but that's because, I mean, this clearly was not made for me. I put it on and it looked like someone had like punched me. Like, I thought I'd been in a fight. Like, it wasn't pretty. I don't think it was ideal. Like, it wasn't really pigmented enough to be a bronzer on me, but I did really love this as an eyeshadow. So again, even though this was not my favorite because it was the least flattering as a highlighter on my skin. Oh, also the banana one was not flattering. Actually, probably, you know what, my least favorite is probably this Banana Split one because even as an eyeshadow, it just wasn't right for me. But it's just a little bit too yellow for me and that just isn't flattering to my skin tone. The Chocolate Cherry was my least favorite as a highlighter, but I loved it as an eyeshadow. So kind of a toss-up between these two, but I do feel like, you know, other complexions besides mine could really love these, and I do find the formulas to be very consistent. So again, not the best highlighter on the planet, but it definitely not the worst, and I did actually really enjoy using them, and I probably will use them again. So if you've tried the Kylie highlighters, or if you have a favorite highlighter that you want me to try out, or any other product that you'd like me to try out, please let me know. Leave them in the comment section below. I love your suggestions. If you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. A while back, I was suffering from anxiety and depression, and I truly believe that beauty and makeup saved my life, and I believe it can save yours too. So if you want to join my Starlet Squad, be sure you hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on all my social media channels. The links will all be in the description box below, along with links to these highlighters. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.